Hey everyone, thank you for joining us. Welcome, welcome. I'm Cara Pryor, president of James Publishing, co-founder of our Marketing Amplifier program. I talk to dozens of attorneys each month really about the best ways to improve their marketing results. And truly, one of the most common questions I get is how can I distinguish myself from the competition? It's a great question. It's a crowded landscape. What's something I can do, tangible item that I can put into place to really stand out? If you think about it, most of your prospective clients, they really can't see much difference among the lawyers they're considering hiring, right? And your prospects think that, most of the lawyer websites that they're considering pretty much look the same. The solution is to let prospective clients meet you on your website. Learn about you, learn about your approach, start to build that trust, kind of see who you are as a person, who you are as an attorney, and really see how you've handled similar cases in the past. This all requires video. So the best way to stand out is through custom video. Hands down, it's really what we're going to focus on throughout this presentation. And I'm going to show you some pretty handy tricks to implement it pretty quickly and pretty easily. So it's video. It's of course a great way to build trust. It builds that familiarity with prospective clients. And the most effective legal marketing videos describe fact patterns and how you handled those past cases, whether the situations are past or you could even discuss news events or hypotheticals, but we'll get into that. And then the second most effective sort of category of legal marketing videos answers common questions prospect and new clients have, right? So those common questions, those frequently asked questions that you get all the time, video is a wonderful way to address those. So getting specific, during today's example-packed presentation, I'll detail these two effective video categories that I just mentioned, show you multiple video examples. I think that's the best way to kind of help you in this area. Let's show you some examples. I'll illustrate some other approaches. I'll also explain where and how specifically to use the recommended videos. So producing the videos is just half the battle. Promoting them and using them is obviously just as important. And then I'll provide some easy ways to produce the videos too. These don't need to be Hollywood style, super high production value videos. So I did want to mention at the end, we'll have an open question and answer, an open Q&A session. So anytime during this webinar, feel free to submit your questions through the Zoom chat feature. You'll see it at the top or bottom, depending on where your little Zoom toolbar is. But anything you want to ask away, and I'll answer. I'll get to all of those at the end. Quick heads up before we dive in, I'm about to show you how to create and promote the best legal videos. But just know, if you don't have the time or internal resources to kind of take on this work yourself, all of this is included as part of our Marketing Amplifier program. So I'll talk more about that later, but let's go ahead and get down to business. First, I already have a question that is pertinent. So Glenn asks, will you send us the slides of this webinar afterwards? Absolutely. You'll all receive a full recording of the webinar along with the slides. So that will be emailed. That should be in your inbox within a few minutes after concluding the webinar. And yes, okay, so let's go. Creating and promoting effective legal videos. So again, we're going to start with concept. We're going to talk about fact patterns, FAQs, lead qualification. We'll move on to creation. How do you create these things with your phone, using Zoom, promotion, website, emails, and YouTube channel, okay? So starting with past cases. If you're only going to create one category of videos, we really recommend that it be about cases you've handled in the past, right? Kind of the goal here is to build a library of past case videos on your website that highlight varying fact patterns, right? So that when a prospective client comes to your site, they're able to view a video that really kind of highlights how you've handled a case in the past that's similar to what they're experiencing, right? So the most effective way, no doubt, to persuade prospects that you have the knowledge and the talent and the skill to handle their specific legal matter is to show them how you've done it in the past, right? Or how you've kind of handled a transaction just like theirs in the past. I always say each video should cover only one case. So, and should kind of unfold maybe 2 to 4 minutes. You kind of tell this story for about 2 to 4 minutes, told in chronological order. So you want it to be very clear, but don't be afraid to, mention the emotional side too. That's just as compelling. The facts and the sort of situation surrounding the legal issue, of course, very important. But you can also include what kind of burden was on the client when he or she came to you? What sort of burden was lifted once you were able to help them with their case? So the larger your collection of videos kind of covering a variety of legal matters that you've handled, the better odds of matching with one the prospect is experiencing, right? Again, so this means you need to be building your collection of past cases or transactions should be an ongoing effort, right? This isn't, okay, I'll dedicate an hour, at the end of the week, one time, talk about one case. That's a start, certainly. But the whole idea is let's really build this library of varying fact patterns so that your prospects can really relate to, one or two of your videos specifically. So ideally, you'll kind of get in the habit of shooting these videos every time a case concludes that has a fact pattern that you haven't yet added or haven't yet addressed in your past case video library, right? So keep that in mind. I always recommend make it part of the process, right? As the case wraps, this is just one of the things that you do. It doesn't take very long, and I'll actually show you. Here's a sample. So here's an example of a past case video we recently shot with Orange County personal injury attorney Mark Lazarus. I'll play a part of it for you now, and then we'll briefly talk about it. But just watch this for one moment.
I'd like to share with you a recent case experience that we had. We had a gentleman who was injured on a construction site. At the construction site, he was on a ladder that failed. The employer refused to acknowledge the accident and even lied and said, our guy was never there. And then he even called and threatened our guy with violence for making a claim. The client came to us as a referral from a friend of a friend. So he knew that we knew what we were doing, and there was a lot of confidence, but there also creates a need for us to live up to that level of expectation, especially when it's a friend of a friend. We want to make sure that we do a spectacular job on every case, but when someone puts their name on the line for us, we especially want to show.
Okay, so we recorded this video over Zoom, actually, which is how we kind of keep our shoots efficient and affordable. We eliminate the travel, obviously, keep the shoot under an hour, and little preparation is needed. So, we're then able to kind of supplement the storytelling with the slides, as I just showed you, stock footage, text, quote call outs, and it creates a really impressive, compelling video that would typically, take quite a bit of time and certainly a ton of money. Typically, these custom videos that you see on some of the high-end, larger law firm sites, honestly, they can run between $10,000 and $15,000 for one single video. And, we're showing you an alternative, right? We're really kind of evening the playing field. There are other options. So specifically in the past, this attorney hired a high-end video production company for thousands of dollars. They came to their office, full day video shoot. And he said what we produced was actually of higher quality. And you get these custom videos as part of your marketing amplifier program, or I'm certainly going to show you how to handle it yourself if you so want.
I'd like to share with you.
So let's move on. Okay, so new practice with few past cases, starting, continuing around this fact patterns concept. So if you recently opened your law firm, or you're maybe entering a new practice area, which has become more common during the pandemic, use cases in the news, or even talk about hypotheticals rather than actual past cases. Quite a few of the attorneys I talk to, they say, well, that sounds like a great idea to talk about past cases, but I'm pretty new, or I don't have as many past cases as I would like. Okay, talk about, hypothetical. How would you, handle a case if these were the facts? So in other words, if not many of these cases, these case types that you really want to promote have concluded yet for whatever reason, consider explaining how you'd handle relevant cases discussed in the news. Alternatively, you could use commonly occurring hypotheticals. But the key is to explain what is likely to unfold with a case type which matches a fact pattern you want to handle, right? So in explaining how you would handle a case of that type, you demonstrate expertise. You really establish yourself as the authority. In detailing how the case would unfold, you address the biggest question all prospects have. What is the likely result in my case? Again, what is the likely result in my case? It's the big unknown. It's obviously the big question at hand. So I actually heard of a criminal lawyer who explains how he would handle charges resulting from videotaped police searches and arrests. So that's interesting. So, these aren't cases he handled, just video that he has access to, and he uses those. So, new practice with few cases, that's not an excuse. There's actually still a lot that you can do in this area with video. So moving along. So the next category, FAQs, answer common questions, right? So the second category of videos we recommend you create are what we call FAQ videos, frequently asked questions videos, right? So videos that answer the common questions that you get over and over and over again from your prospects, from your new clients. You know better than anyone what these questions are, right? Take 10 minutes, sit down, make a list of the questions that you hear every day or, every week, and just start ticking those off. So, these address questions that are regularly asked by prospects and new clients, of course, but like the past case videos, these FAQ videos certainly demonstrate your expertise, provide helpful information, build familiarity and trust, really convey that you're caring and help, right? They're helpful, they're valuable. This is content that your prospects need. They have tons of questions. Let's answer them with a video, right? So prospects who are currently a bit earlier in the sort of investigation process and are not maybe quite ready to select a lawyer, they have tons of questions. And there is absolutely a group of these folks going to your website now. In other words, there could be a rather large group of your website visitors who aren't quite ready to book a consult, aren't quite ready to give you a call, but they're looking to gather more information. They're looking to get their questions answered. So let's help them out with videos. Specifically, do I have a case? What happens next? Can I handle this myself? What might go wrong? How much is this going to cost? These high level, very, very common questions, great place to start. And that is usually kind of why they're searching on Google, right? To get their questions answered. You can attract them as well as display your knowledge and sort of willingness to help by offering a collection of videos which answer these common questions. I have to tell you, truly, 1, 2 to 3, 4-minute video can convey and really set you apart in such a way that thousands of written words could not do. It really does cut through. It really does build that trust, and it really is an absolute critical piece of your marketing puzzle now. Okay, so examples. This is where it gets good. Answering common prospect questions with videos offers several benefits. You obviously won't have to verbally answer the questions as often, over and over and over again. You get these same questions. Prospects come to you better prepared, better educated about what lies ahead, what will be expected of them, what can they expect of the process? What can they expect from working with you and your team, right? The prospects who contact you are higher quality, right? We firmly believe that an educated prospect is a higher quality prospect, turns into a higher quality client. Of course, they're more educated. Again, they know what to expect, but they're more likely to pay on time. They're more likely to refer you business in the future. They're more likely to ask good questions, right? And be involved in the process and make your life easier, so you can, focus on the pressing matters of really helping them out with their legal issues. So, the prospects who contact you, they really are higher quality. And that really is true. We've heard from multiple lawyers over the years that after they begin offering educational content, they attracted higher quality prospects. And those prospects were better prepared, more willing to follow the lawyer's advice, right? They become better clients. And, it's really important to, to consider, when you're kind of creating these. So we have video scripts and illustrative slides for many prospect questions, but I wanted to share some examples of these questions. So, it might provide a nice starter list for you as you, start to shoot some of your videos. So let's go through these quickly. Bankruptcy. Is my situation bad enough to file bankruptcy? Can bankruptcy save my home? Will bankruptcy harm my career? Business litigation. When is a party excused from its contractual obligations? What are the common defenses to breach of contract? What must I prove to win a breach of contract case? Criminal defense. Can you get the evidence against me thrown out? Very common question. Do I need a lawyer if the prosecution offers a standard plea bargain? How can I get an arrest or conviction off my record? Let's continue with just a few more samples, because I think these examples really kind of can act as a springboard for you when you're getting started. We also include all of these and many, many more in the videos that we shoot for you. Okay, so estate planning. Do I need an attorney to draft my estate plan? What else is needed besides a will? How do I protect my estate plan from a disappointed beneficiary? Family law. Should I tell my spouse I'm planning a divorce? How can I minimize the harm to my children? Who will get the house? Personal injury, some great example questions. How do I pay my medical bills? How do jurors evaluate auto accident cases? What are some common adjuster negotiating tactics I should watch out for? And then lastly, Social Security disability. Am I likely to qualify for benefits? Can I work part-time while my case is pending? What is a hearing like? So start by answering the questions that you hear most often. Keep your answers direct and practical. Use plain language. Don't, use too much jargon. Answer plainly, directly. Answer only one question with each video. So one video should answer just one question. Whether your answer takes 1 minute or 5 minutes, keep it to that one question. And avoid sort of wishy-washy, it depends answers, right? So provide ranges where it's difficult to be specific, but be as direct and specific as you can, because in the end, that's what's going to be most helpful to your prospects and your new clients, right? Okay, so ideally you'll deliver sort of additional information with your accompanying slides instead of merely kind of repeating statements you make verbally. So I want to show you an example, a sample of an FAQ video we recently created for a client. I'll play some of it now, and then we'll briefly talk about it. So let me play this.
My name's Sandra Worthington. I'm a personal injury lawyer, and I've been practicing for over 30 years. Clients come into my office, and some of them have discussed their cases with adjusters on their claims, and they want to know what the adjuster really means when he says something. So when, for example, the adjuster says X, what does he mean? Well, I can tell you he really means Y. Let's look at 4 statements the claims adjuster might make in conversations with you to learn what the adjuster really means and how you should respond. Number 1, when the adjuster says, I'd like to take your statement, what he really means is, I want you to commit to one version of what happened right now so that I can use it again.
Okay, so I do want to mention too that after this presentation, I'll send a link to tons of samples in every specialty that I mentioned, so that you can kind of view those on your own. But what I wanted to point out with this FAQ example is of trying to avoid kind of lengthy stretches with only your talking head appearing, right? It's not as interesting, it's not as compelling. A whiteboard can substitute for slides, like an old school whiteboard, Or, slides work great too. Kind of how I'm delivering this presentation can work really well. But at the end, be sure to recap the points you made earlier, summarize, and move on. Okay, so lead qualification. Reducing calls from unqualified leads, teaching prospects to evaluate their legal situations the same way you would evaluate them is time well spent. I cannot tell you how many attorneys I talk to that complain about unqualified leads coming to them and frankly wasting their time, right? Videos are good for this task. Videos are an excellent tool to qualify, pre-qualify, screen your leads, right? Ideally, you want to be talking to those prospective clients that you can really help, right? And, video, you can use the video to describe who you've represented in the past specifically, and to briefly explain the sort of, minimum thresholds required for you to accept a case. These minimums, they'll really convey that you're selective in who you represent. And that exclusivity is good, right? That exclusivity will certainly increase the desire for your services. And in the end, you won't be wasting time, talking to prospective clients who just aren't a good fit, that you just can't help. So some examples by specialty on the slide now. Bankruptcy, these are just nice qualifying questions. Bankruptcy, is it time for me to file? Business litigation, do I have a winning breach of contract claim? Estate planning, do I need an attorney to draft my estate plan? Family law, should I retain an attorney for my divorce? Personal injury, do I have a case? Social Security disability, will I qualify for benefits? Okay, so screening, reducing calls from unqualified leads, screening, really filtering out those unqualified prospects. Video is such an amazing way to do that. So video creation. I know you're probably thinking, how do I do this? How do I go about actually creating these videos? Okay, so 2 easy ways to begin. 1, your phone and videoask.com, which I'll talk about in a second. 2, your laptop and Zoom. That's what I'm using now. I'm on my MacBook Pro, coming to you through Zoom using the built-in camera on my laptop. The forced sort of shift by the pandemic to kind of lower visual quality and more casual settings by even the largest news organizations, our nation's top officials are coming to us live from their living room. It's really made the self-shot videos highly acceptable. And nearly everyone is on Zoom now, and it's a very, I don't want you to be handcuffed by the thought that your videos have to have this high production value. They really, really don't. And I hate when I see attorneys who don't start because they're worried about, the quality of the video. So I want to give you some tips here. If you're not already regularly producing videos, this is a radical change in kind of acceptable quality levels that makes it easy to begin. So the only additional equipment we recommend is if you can invest in a microphone, which can sort of external microphone rather than relying on the built-in microphone either on your phone or your computer. That's a big step forward, but good quality audio remains important. But aside from that, if you're going to shoot on your smartphone, a phone tripod stand is super helpful. Again, Amazon offers one of those for like $20. But outside that, no special equipment. We're not talking about, setting up multiple camera angles and lights and screens and filters. It's really, really simple, and you can get set up pretty quickly. Okay, so let me talk about option number 1, where we're talking about using your phone, your smartphone, and videoask.com. Videoask.com, we have no affiliation with them, but just a really great tool that I like to share if you're going to be attempting to shoot these custom videos yourself. So if you don't regularly create videos, VideoAsk really is a great platform to start. Your game will certainly sharpen with practice, but VideoAsk makes it pretty easy. You can try VideoAsk for free. There's no charge. So you can experiment and test things out at no, with no risk, but you can simply shoot with your phone and then ask a video editor to add some simple enhancements like text callouts, like I showed you in that sample, illustrative slides, stock footage, background music, but it doesn't need to be anything fancy. So videoask.com actually makes it super easy to shoot with your phone and then embed the videos on your website. It's, a couple of steps. And best of all, you can actually reply to prospects within the Video Ask platform, makes it super easy. I think it looks like 20 minutes per month is free, a video ask. After that, the yearly price is $24 per month for 100 minutes or $40 per month for 200 minutes. So Video Ask, great tool, check it out. Other option, your laptop and Zoom. So I really like this option. Everyone is on Zoom, like I said, right? So sort of viewing a Zoom quality presentation has become completely acceptable, honestly, completely expected for all levels of sort of information, right? So Zoom lets you record as well as share your screen, like what I'm doing right now. I'm sharing the slides that you're seeing on my screen. So it's easy to create a really compelling slide-supported presentation in one take. That's what we're doing now. And this is what we use. We use Zoom to shoot our subscribers custom videos. It works really, really well. We get the footage we need and we add, the graphics and the additional pieces kind of post-production. But don't feel that your presentation has to be error-free either. Don't feel like you need to sit in front of your computer and read from a script and, never make a single mistake. A corrected sort of misstatement, hesitation, an or ah, here or there, it just makes you more human, makes you more approachable, it gives your prospect a better insight into who you are and how you will be when they meet with you in person or over Zoom these days. So if you prepare slides beforehand, you can just share them during your recording and then thus create a finished video in one take. No editing will really even be needed. You'll have the slides because you have shared them. You shared your screen. The whole presentation is being recorded. You see, my little video, a small talking head square, you could really do the exact same thing. But if you want to have your shoots edited, you can of course find video editing professionals for really cheap on sites like Upwork, Fiverr, freelancer.com. You can get it done for really cheap. Maybe there's someone in your office who has some video editing skills. But if you want to lift your video quality, invest in a quality webcam. You can get a really high quality one for less than $100, but it will improve the overall look of your video. Okay, so the primary promotion channels. So as I mentioned at the top of the presentation, creating the video content is half the battle, but what do you do with the videos once you have them, right? How do you make them work for you? Just as important as the creation process. So we're going to talk about website, emails, social media, YouTube. Essentially, once you have these assets, you want to share them any and every chance that you get. So creating a steady flow of videos, it's really, really important. And then of course, publishing them is kind of the what's going to actually move the needle for you. So we suggest you focus on creation and delegate kind of the posting or promotion if you can. After all, you're the only one who can create the videos, but anyone, a freelancer, a staff member, a friend, a family member can post them. But, if this individual understands video optimization, even better, but, that's not really necessary. So let's get into some specifics, tips for increasing viewership. That's the whole point, right? You have these, people need to actually see them if they're going to help you convert more prospects into clients. So as with books and movies, the cover frequently determines whether a reader or viewer will actually take a closer look, right? So write a headline directed at the prospective viewer's interest, specifically directed at their problem or their question. Like, do you have a winning case? Is your appeal likely to succeed? Maybe how to reduce the chaos in your divorce, how to restore your credit after bankruptcy, mistakes frequently made by self-represented claimants, common shortcomings in internet estate plans, hot button issues, really attention grabber topics and questions. And that's really, you know, what the headline needs to convey. The headline really needs to be just that, right? So when we talk about video optimization, it's sort of part science, part art. It's really not for beginners. It's really not for novices. We recommend you engage an experienced freelancer or a marketing agency if you're interested in handling, you know, the actual video optimization piece. But regardless, where you post your videos, attracting viewers obviously remains important, right? So engaging first slide, design an attractive cover, use a compelling benefit-oriented headline, and supporting bullets. So, you know, super, super important. And then when we talk about search optimization, which, you know, we're not going to get too into now, but put your targeted keywords in the video's title, use other relevant keywords in the meta description, consider providing a transcript. Okay, your website needs videos. If there's one thing you get from this presentation, I hope it's been that. But, you know, videos, they've really become a critical mandatory component of legal websites, of your overall law firm marketing strategy. It's not, it's really not an optional piece anymore, especially, you know, since the pandemic. I mean, it was always important and it was increasingly, you know, critical, but now it's on a whole entirely different level. More than likely, you're seeing fewer, if any, prospects in your office directly face-to-face. So build that trust video, build up, you know, fresh, consistent videos on your website. And with most website views now occurring on mobile devices, on smartphones, you know, videos have become the more effective communication media. Really, really they have. So videos are more effective at building trust and distinguishing you from the competition than anything else you can place on your website. Anything else. So let me repeat that. Videos are more effective at building trust and distinguishing you from the competition than anything else you can put on your website. So they are a wonderful addition. I look at so many attorney websites every week, probably look at hundreds, you know, every month, and very few of them have video. Maybe there's one like about the firm, nice spotlight video on the homepage, and that's great. But I'm talking about building these libraries, keeping content fresh, and, you know, really making it something that your prospects can relate to. So we recommend one sort of broad scope video placed prominently above the fold, meaning at the top of your homepage or the top of your website, plus kind of lower on the page link to a collection of these past case videos that we've been talking about. Certainly the FAQ videos as well. Remember, mobile videos, they're simply, mobile visitors, excuse me, they're simply less likely to read lengthy text on their phone, but they'll absolutely watch a video. You can't, you have to realize that the vast majority of your visitors are looking at your site on their phone. So we suggest, do you have a case video? Super important for the top of your website location, so the most prominent, and that content will qualify your leads as well as, of course, demonstrate your expertise, build trust, distinguish you from your competition. But then after that kind of broad scope video, that's when we recommend a collection of kind of tightly focused videos, past cases, specific fact patterns, common questions. Your goal here is to really match one with your prospect situation, as we've been talking about. So moving on from your website, emails. Emails with video links have higher open and click-through rates. Absolutely. So your nurturing series of emails should include links to your videos. When I say nurturing series, I mean these are emails that should automatically be dripped out or sent to your prospective clients who inquired but haven't signed up right away. You gotta pepper those emails with links to your videos that you've created. And again, you know, in our Marketing Amplifier system, we do all of this. So all of the nurturing emails are included and they're all automated. But same for any reply emails you send to interested prospects, include links to your videos. Put video : blank in the headline or the subject line of your emails, and open rates will soar. unsubscribe rates will decline, and most important, click-through rates will really skyrocket. This is really well known. It's pretty widely accepted in the kind of general, digital marketing space, meaning if you Google, how effective are videos in emails, specifically including that word video in your subject line, that making that one little tweak, and then obviously linking to a high quality video within your email, you will really see that needle move pretty much immediately. But also permanently add a link to your showcase video below your signature lines. So add a link in your email signature as well. So, we writers sometimes forget that not everyone is as interested in text as we are. So, many people prefer watching to reading. It's just a fact, and that's becoming more and more the case. So combining text with video really enables your content to appeal to both readers and watchers. So types of emails to which you should send and really add your videos to include, most of the emails in that auto sent prospect nurturing series that I mentioned. Welcome letters for new clients, a digital welcome letter, include a link to your video. Digital newsletters sent to past clients, in your signature line. So in fact, your video, instead of your email, can communicate the bulk of the information you want to convey in that email. So we love to use Loom, Loom, for this type of kind of one-to-one video. Really cool tool, really easy to use. Creating them can be simpler and faster than writing a lengthy email, right? So creating a quick, welcome to the firm. Here's what you can expect. A quick letter, a quick video to your past clients, that kind of thing that you're including those emails, really pretty easy to do. Okay, so social media, right? Facebook, LinkedIn, maybe Twitter, maybe Instagram. Your social profiles are a natural place to promote your videos. Videos perform very, very well on social media. We know only a percentage of lawyers have social profiles, and many of those are inactive. So, we won't spend too much time on this promotion channel, but start. Creating, a Facebook profile, creating a profile on LinkedIn, it's really, really simple. And then you have that channel and you have that place to share these videos. So if you're going to invest in video, you really should be sharing them on social. Our favorite two social locations for lawyers specifically are Facebook and LinkedIn. But if you have followers on Instagram, if you have followers on Twitter, of course, those should also be included. If you have followers, definitely add video to your mix of content that you're providing on those social profiles. Engagement will materially increase when you do. There's no doubt about that. So along with social media, YouTube specifically. Okay, so YouTube is the #2 search engine. So if you're going to regularly produce video content, which we obviously highly recommend that you do, definitely add a YouTube channel. So if you place your videos in only 2 locations due to their traffic, those spots should be your website and your YouTube channel. Some lawyers have made YouTube their primary promotion avenue, really. And one of the early YouTube video sort of pioneers is New York MedMal lawyer Gary Oginski. You've probably seen his videos. He has detailed dozens of his past cases on videos. YouTube is only second to Google in search volume. It's crazy, right? And Google owns YouTube. So, it's the most logical home outside of your website for your videos. And obviously, it makes, once the videos are on your YouTube channel, it makes it really easy to just embed those videos on your website anyway. So they're living on YouTube. And again, since you're likely to host your website's videos on YouTube, it makes sense to have your own YouTube channel and certainly publicize it. Ideally, you'll get on kind of a regular video publication schedule, so you can ask viewers to subscribe to your channel and certainly be notified when videos are produced. Okay, so super quickly before we get to the Q&A, and I do want to make a call out for questions, make sure you submit those in the chat. I'm just seeing a quick question now that I can just address. It says, I came in late. What was the first type of videos to create? So basically we're saying past case videos and videos that answer common questions. So we'll get more into that in a second, Priscilla, but thanks for the question. Okay, so submit those questions in chat. But before we get to the Q&A, I wanted to talk about content, videos, follow-up, and referrals. So that's essentially what we're including in our marketing amplifier system. So every tip that I listed in this webinar, plus many other services, they're all addressed in our content included marketing amplifier service. So if you're not familiar with James Publishing, we've been a legal book publisher for nearly 40 years now. Content is really what we hang our hat on here. It's certainly the foundation of our marketing amplifier system. Running through what's included quickly, we help you distinguish yourself with custom videos. We engage your website visitors with a lead magnet. We screen out those unqualified prospects with a description of clients accepted. We're sending leads to a landing page and funnel. We're wowing your prospects with a shock and awe package and an ongoing comprehensive drip nurturing series. We're automatically soliciting online reviews from happy clients for you. We're mystery shopping your phone team and really giving your intake process a grade and specific recommendations. We will set appointments with professionals interested in discussing a referral alliance with you. We'll set those appointments. We're the matchmaker with potential referral sources. And then we help you cultivate those referral network, those new relationships with a newsletter to the referral sources. Also included is a monthly newsletter to your past clients. So the marketing amplifier system really is loaded down. It's $6.95 a month. We ask for just a 3-month commitment. We need to make sure that we're able to move the needle for you. After the 3 months, it's month to month. After that, there's no sign-up fee. There's no cancellation fee. You can cancel anytime. We actually only charge $1 for the first month. So you're really only paying for 2 of the first 3 months. And then after the 3-month commitment, again, it's $6.95 month to month. So obviously we include all of the custom video creation in that price. Everything is included. There's no tiers. It's simply all included. So if you're interested in learning more, you can see my contact info there, Cara Pryor. My direct line is 714-434-5926. You can certainly email me directly at kpryor@jamespublishing.com. But right now in the chat, I'm actually going to drop my direct scheduling link. Most people like to just do it that way. So you can click on that go.oncehub link that I just dropped in the chat of the Zoom. You can click on that and just self-set an appointment with me for a time that makes sense for you. To view all kinds of content samples, including the videos and all of the practice areas that we cover, go to jamesamplifier.com and you'll be able to see all of the samples there. Okay, so on to questions. Submit. Let me know what you want to know specifically. Okay, so the first question, what practice areas are included in your marketing amplifier program? Okay, so great question. Obviously, since the amplifier program is so content-based, it does take our team of in-house attorney editors some time to build out the full program in a new practice area, but we do offer the full program in 7 core specialties. So personal injury, estate planning, family law, bankruptcy, business litigation, as well as criminal defense / DUI. So those are the areas now that we offer, the full program in, and we're working to build out in a couple of other areas as well. So, okay, so let me see. We have quite a few questions here, but continue to submit them. So it looks like, how much time do you think is needed to create the steady flow of videos that you recommend? Great question. So I would say about 1 hour per week will deliver kind of 4 to 5 videos each month. But chunk out your time, meaning if you're going to dedicate to this, schedule it into your calendar as if you would any other appointment, any other meeting that you have. Otherwise, it's a lot more difficult to really stick to it, right? So there is some time commitment required. That's also sort of the beauty of our Marketing Amplifier program. We kind of keep you accountable to the regular video shoots. What we do is we'll just have quarterly video shoots with you. That's all we're asking is for quarterly 60-minute video. So one shoot on Zoom per quarter in the comfort of your own office or your own home. And we get enough footage during those quarterly shoots to deliver you monthly custom videos. So I would definitely recommend kind of dedicating your time to, on a regular basis for sure. In the hierarchy, okay, another question. In the hierarchy of marketing work that a lawyer can perform, where do you rank videos in effectiveness? Okay, so good question. I would say funnels, in other words, so, creating specific landing pages and specific pages that are targeting, what you're talking about rather than just sending everyone to your homepage. Funnels are super important. Referral outreach is one of the biggest ones. But outside of that, absolutely. I would say that video is probably number 3, if not higher. It's really it's so critical. That's why we've dedicated this entire presentation to it. And I hope that, we've given you some of the tools today to really kind of jumpstart it. Okay, another question. What is your most recommended type of video? Okay, so again, the number 1 most recommended is past case scenarios, right? That is the most compelling. It's the most effective. If you're able to build the library, the ever-growing library or collection of those past case videos with varying fact patterns, your prospects are coming to your website and they're seeing their situation highlighted in one of those videos, and specifically how you handled it, how you helped that client in the past, the burden that was removed from that client, once the case was closed and once, you helped them, all of that is very important. And then the secondary is answering common questions, right? So Greg says, how long should case/past client videos be? I say anywhere from 2 to 4 minutes. So you don't want them to be too long. But you do want to provide enough detail that, you're able to kind of describe the facts of the case and then, include some kind of emotional pieces as well. So, right around 3 minutes, maybe 2 to 4 minutes. Don't want it to be too long, but this isn't like a 30-second, 60-second, answer a quick question. It's, it's how much time does it take you to kind of concisely and directly describe your past cases? Also, can you email the slides? Yes, we will email the slides. You'll get a full recording of this presentation very shortly after we wrap. Yeah, so don't worry about that. Okay. So another question. I feel like I just don't have time to dedicate to this, and custom videos are expensive. So yeah, I guess that's not really a question, but I agree. I agree that can be the case. And that's why we've kind of offered, this Zoom style custom option so that you're not spending $15,000 on one custom video, but rather we're helping you build these collections of past case and commonly asked question videos as a part of our Marketing Amplifier program that is really just packed with other content as well. Okay, so any other questions? It looks like we have, let me see, gotten to most of them. Greg, yes, I'd love to chat. We can set up a meeting whenever you're free here. I actually just sent out a link to my calendar, but like I said, if you look in the chat, my direct calendar link is there. Please feel free to answer that. And yeah, okay, so that sounds good. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you found it useful. my biggest advice is just start, just record a video. It doesn't need to be perfect. It'll get better over time, and you'll really move the needle with this. Okay, thanks so much. Reach out, even if you just want to chat. I love talking about marketing, and we'll see you soon. Happy New Year, everyone. Bye-bye.